I'm Chris Rumpke. I'm a sophomore, going to be a junior next year. I'm in the honors program. I'm hopefully going to major in mathematics. That's what I'm looking for. Last year I was on the Residence Life Council just for that year. This year I'm an essay at the dorm, sophomore advisor. And I'm just sort of looking to help out where I can. And this seems like the best way that I can do it. Thank you.
Okay.
Is there anything else on Patricia?
I really have nothing else to say. I mean, if y'all have questions about like maybe why I want to present for her again.
Senators, do you have any questions for candidates? Okay, thank you. Can you step outside for a minute?
I'd like to find out, a pro and a con of, putting Priscilla in that position. Pro is that she was in the Senate last year as treasurer, and so she held a pretty incontroversial role and fairly neutral. And I think that she would be able to continue in that faculty as a member of the, you need to be unbiased on the Judicial Council. However, she's also going to be a senior, and we want to keep putting seniors on the Judicial Council.
I agree with Senator Honest in both respects. I mean, besides the fact that we're good friends, I mean, she's always on top of her things. She's always very dependable and reliable. But I do believe that putting seniors on the Judicial Council is going to raise a problem because, you know, this is their last year, and then I don't think we need more, like, younger people in it, but I definitely.
Senator Garcia?
I think Priscilla's role with SGA was a very unbiased role, so therefore her involvement in SGA wouldn't be as detrimental as it would be with Patricia, who is a senator, because as a treasurer you have to keep pretty unbiased slate.
I think Patricia would be a great candidate.
In your own opinion, coming from your own experience, it's going to be biased. So there's no truly understanding of someone not being biased, but actually opening your mind and actually giving someone else's view of thought, that's completely different. That's the reason that we have so many senators here, and we have a democratic stance here, that we're able to have different views, and that's the whole point. This whole talk of not being biased or being biased, that makes no sense. Because once you pose your view and your experience and your thoughts, it's going to be biased. The whole point is for us to actually take a look at different views and actually talk to our student body to actually bring those thoughts here, and then we can review those.
There will always be a discerning opinion. If you're not with the majority, you will have an opinion and will stand on record, this is how you voted. But the thing here is, these people have come to us, they're qualified, they're individuals that want to help the student body, and they're the only ones out of, 3,200 students that have come forward. We're able to get 12 at most. I don't even think we have that number. So, we need to do them a service, one, but we also need to make sure that if we make a decision one week, that we completely do not revert back on it. That otherwise, who knows what type of legislation we're going to have next year. If we're shown as weak sisters now, who will take it seriously? And that's all I'm asking. I'm not trying to personally attack anyone. I'm not trying to attack anyone's bias or standings. I'm just saying that we've made a decision thus far. The decision needs to stand. Now, I'm friends with Patricia, and I believe that she will do a good job, but at the same time, what stands needs to stand, and it needs to stand firm. Thank you.
I have a comment to make. Yeah. Since we have 2 positions and 3 candidates, how are we going to go around voting? Are we going to pick 2?
We'll vote on all 3 candidates. I'll ask that everyone just votes twice, and then they have to get, or if you would like to vote for the candidates, I guess you prefer, then you have to get 2/3 vote to be approved. Senator Morton.
Firstly, I'd like to
clarify what I saw as an issue last week with regard to the bias issue. Senator Leha is correct that anyone is going to be biased to some degree. Anyone who looks at who has a decision to make and weighs evidence is going to eventually have a certain bias as to what should be done, and that's what they're going to use to make a decision. Nevertheless, I don't think the issue was that we were afraid of her having opinions so much as the recipient senators. And I'm not even sure which side of the aisle I fall on this issue, but I believe the issue was that we were concerned that her involvement on Senate might unduly bias her toward SGA in general, and especially with the Senate Bill 31 coming up. Secondly, I think I agree with Senator Waldner, and I think she may be very qualified, but nevertheless the Senate rejected.
Not on there as what we've experienced with those people. And I mean, bias aside, I don't even see that as the issue. I served on Senate with her for 2 years, I think 2 years. And I remember one time in any meeting that she said anything, ever. And I mean, you kind of, I make a judgment on what people are accomplishing in, I guess, school politics, on what they contribute. I don't feel like she contributed anything, and so I would not vote for her.
Susie Garcia?
I move to close discussion.
Is there a second? Senator Morton? All in favor of closing discussion, please raise your hand. 14. All opposed? Discussions? All right. Motion, the discussion is closed. Floor is open.
Move to approve. Do we want to start with one?
Well, we just move to approve. We'll just start with the voting, I guess that makes most sense. All right, so again, please vote for up to 2 candidates. You can choose to vote for none or just one if you prefer. And if any candidate receives 2/3 votes, 2/3 of the votes, then the candidate will be approved. How they present it first. Okay. So, all in favor of approving Priscilla Pantoja as a justice, please raise your hand high. 6. All opposed?
Wait, what?
Yes.
I'm sorry, real quick. In saying opposed, can you just not vote because you want to vote for the 2 others, or you saying you
Just
have
say
to oppose?
opposed.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
okay. All opposed? Raise your hand. 7. Abstentions? Okay, 6 to 7. Chris Rumpke, for justice. Is it? Chris Rumpke. Did the last one?
There's 14. So
Okay, we'll do that again, okay. All in favor of approving Priscilla Pantoja, please raise your hand. In favor of approving. 8. Okay. And opposed? 6. Okay. Chris Rumpke, all in favor of approving Chris Rumpke, please raise your hand high. 13. All opposed?
I don't know the guy, that's why I didn't vote. But you were saying that we cannot hold a vote, and the reason in the Constitution,
Only if you're
in the Robert Rules of Order, you actually can not vote.
Technically, I guess you can. We encourage you to serve as a voice of your constituents and have an opinion. But if you prefer to abstain, you are eligible to do that.
That's what I thought.
Okay, abstain. And final candidate, Patricia Manjarres. All in favor of approving Patricia Manjarres, please raise your hand. 2. All opposed? 12. No, just, what is 8? We need 8? Okay. 2/3.
Who we gotta get on the agenda? We gotta get on the agenda. I'm worried.
And Patricia has not either. So we are still in need of one more candidate. I again encourage you, now that you have quorum with your justices, to move forward in proceedings.
Got it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Senator Mendez is at a word to make it as of right now. I'm sorry, Vice President Mendez. We're going to hold off on Senate Bill 31, or Senate Bill number 1, until he gets here so he can present it. But we're going to move ahead to the guidance senator's discussion.